Hello, South Texas. Welcome to another edition of Pass the Mic, the official podcast of the Aransas Pass Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center. I am Roland Rodriguez.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rosemary Vega with the Aransas Pass Chamber of Commerce.
Hello, I'm Justin Chandler with Chandler's Landing and Dorados Restaurant and Bar.
Justin, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day, busy week, because we appreciate one of the hardest working men here in Aransas Pass is you, sir. So thank you for hanging out with us.
I appreciate it. Appreciate the offer to do this.
So for those who don't know, our podcast is about us going out and visiting our members and giving them an opportunity to showcase their business or whatever they want to talk about how they got here, talk about where they're going, or just talk about themselves. And I know you love to talk about yourself, so that's why we're here. So let's start from the beginning. What brought you to Aransas Pass?
Well, I've been coming here all my life, and my wife and I decided we watched one too many episodes of The Island Life back in 2017, and we decided we were going to make the jump, and we've been here. We moved in, I guess, the week Harvey hit. Welcome.
Welcome.
That's when you got here?
Yes.
Wow.
So what you're saying is you brought Hurricane Harvey?
No, I did not.
It followed you.
It followed. It came from the other direction.
And when it hit, did you rethink this?
No.
So we decided we're jumping in with both feet. We're going off. We're going all in.
Been around down here all my life, and this was kind of like our second home anyway.
We appreciate everything you do. So you have a unique spot here on historic Conn Harbor. You started off with CB Marine.
Yes, sir. We did doing service work. We've got a neat little ship store down there with anything you need as far as boating supplies go. We're about to stop doing. Well, we have stopped doing service work, but we're about to expand that down there and add more tackle, more boating supplies. We're gonna spruce it up and hopefully add on here very soon.
And then we brought in Chandlers.
Yep, Chandler's Landing. We put in all of the slips for the boats that you see back here, and a little convenience store. Very soon after that, I guess I lose track of time. I think it's been 2.5 years or so. We opened Dorados, and it's been growing exponentially, nonstop. And we've got plans in the works to expand that even farther next door with the fuel dock and a 3-story building with a lot more services.
So obviously when you moved to Aransas Pass, you had a plan.
Oh yeah, definitely. We had somewhat of a plan. It's evolved, I'll say that.
Yeah. And to think about where you started and where you've come in a short amount of time, do you surprise yourself? Because that's a lot of work.
It is. It's been a lot of work, but it takes what's the old saying? It takes a village.
It does.
And so there's been a lot of people help get all this put together. It's a lot of work, but I don't think I'd change a thing.
And we appreciate everything you do. Now let's talk about. We know about the supply store. We know about the convenience store, but Dorados, this is a very unique setup.
Yes.
It's not like any other restaurant here in town. It's a pretty much a bar and a grill and a hangout for anybody who loves to just be outdoors.
Yes, sir. People, I guess when people talk about it, they say they love the vibe, and
it's got that was island vibe.
That's what I was after when we started it. I wanted you to be able to come here and feel like you were on vacation
every day.
And so it's open air. Other than the winter time, we shut the doors, but we're soon to be adding on an air-conditioned section and a bigger area to host tournaments and events, because we do have a lot of tournaments.
Yes, you do.
And got a great live music lineup that we've done pretty much since we've opened, but it's gotten bigger and evolved over the last year or two as well.
So if someone's never been to Dorados, how do you describe this place? You kind of say it's a vibe, but what do we offer here?
Well, we've got some killer food. If you like seafood, we've got seafood. We've got burgers. We've got tacos. Probably too busy of a menu. My kitchen guys would tell you that.
So I would say amazing comfort food.
Yes, amazing comfort food.
And of course the drinks.
Great drinks,
Always flowing.
very cold beer.
Cold beer.
Lots of music. We try to keep the music going and give everybody a fun place to hang out.
And that just started up, right? The whole live music.
No,
Yeah,
you
well,
had it last summer,
we had it
right?
the full calendar last summer, but this year we
I'm talking about when we opened to as
Right.
we evolved, you
Right.
started adding more and more to the plate.
yes, last year was the first summer that we had music every weekend from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and this
I
year,
love that whole concept.
Yeah. We've-
To have like a summer concert series. That's pretty awesome.
Yep, we've been able to add on a couple of bigger bands this year, and I plan to add on some even bigger names next year. But
Pretty impressed.
so it's been a lot of fun.
Well, congratulations. You've done a great job of transforming your dream into reality, and it's hard to do, but you and your family have stuck to this, and again, we appreciate everything you've done for the community, but this place, it sets apart from everything else. It's different, it's unique, and like I said, it's located on a very historic harbor here in Aransas Pass, and you couldn't ask for a better place to start a business.
Well, you know what? I think I've been coming here all my life, and I remember when this harbor was lined with I don't know how many hundreds of shrimp boats. Got a lot of old pictures. Hopefully, as we get the other building going, I've got some things that we're going to put in place in there that's going to kind of be an homage to what the harbor stood for so many years.
And shrimping capital of the world.
Yes, it's been a place we've come, like I say, all of our life, and we love it here.
So what's the ultimate goal? You keep talking about adding on. Obviously,
Well, I've only got so much room here, but if
Right.
I would, so we can only do what we have room for. But the plan is to put a 3-story structure right next door with a bigger area for events. Second floor will be air conditioned restaurant. Third floor, I don't want to give all the secrets out, but
it's coming and it's big.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and like I say, fuel docks, things like that. But we have some big plans in the next 2 years.
Sounds like you guys are going to cater to everyone.
We are. In fact, we actually are probably going to start doing a catering wing as well.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of catering.
So speaking of catering, yeah, we get a lot of requests for that, and so we've actually done quite a bit, but we just at this point we don't have a lot of time.
What are some of the biggest challenges you face, you think?
Oh goodness, just keeping enough staff. Staffing is, it's all about you.
I think that's a universal thing for everybody right now.
What a lot of people don't understand, we're actually in the people business, and the food and the other things that come along with it are a byproduct. But so you got to take care of your people, and we try to really hard. Don't always make everybody happy, but you got to have a team to make all this happen.
Yes, and that team becomes a family, and once you have a family, you have we all have the same vision. We all have the same purpose of showing up to work and succeeding. If I succeed, we all succeed.
That's a very true statement.
Yeah, and what the best part is, everyone that comes on board, they get to listen to free music.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's
you work
just
here. You get to come to the concert.
that's just a perk.
That's right.
It's a perk. You get to listen to the free music and meet some really cool musicians, and because we've had some really good ones already this summer, and just great people.
What advice would you give someone out there who's thinking about opening up a business, because you are a very business-minded person? But sometimes some people just have that they're just scared to take that first step.
Well, you can't give up for sure.
You know that.
Especially
Your first couple of
especially
years.
there's a lot that goes into it these days. More and more. Permitting is a huge hurdle, but you've just got to stick to it, and you're gonna have days when you're like, why in the heck am I doing this? But you got to stick to it, and I was kind of always followed the rule: if there's a will, there's a way, and
you have to roll the dice.
You have to. If you don't take any gambles, you never get anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Now let's shift gears a little bit because you're with myself and Rosemary and you're part of.
You with myself?
Rosemary's been quiet over here.
Yeah, no,
I usually am. He doesn't let me talk ever. He likes to talk.
I don't like to talk. I'm old school,
Yeah.
meaning radio, TV. If there's any, like 5 seconds of silence, I panic.
Oh.
Yeah. So he gets in front of the 5 seconds.
Yeah, I always wanted to keep flowing because Rosemary can jump in anytime. I encourage her. Sometimes
I'm not worried about it.
I have to
I'm
always
not worried
I always
about
have to ask Rosemary because I'm always if we have dead air, I freak out.
Yes,
So
I'm
I
the
always-
same way. When I walk in here and we don't have music playing, I'm like, dead air,
What's
guys.
happening?
Dead air.
It's awkward, right?
Yeah, so
It's
you,
awkward.
you,
Yeah.
we want to keep it going. So that's,
I want to talk more about his concert series and his tournaments and the things that he's doing here. Like,
Oh,
what's
okay.
going to keep people coming here in the summer? Like, what do you have coming down
Well,
the pipe?
We've got, we host a lot of tournaments. We've got, no, it's the Real Wicked tournament.
Okay.
Real Wicked
Oh,
Apparel.
that's a good one. Yeah.
They're doing theirs here, and then we host the Jake Wyatrick Memorial Captains Meeting here, and then it's really such a big tournament. They do their captains meeting here, and we appreciate that so much. But then they have their weigh-in at the Civic Center. It's
Oh.
huge. We went last year, and they filled the Civic Center up, and
Wow.
it's a great organization for a great cause. They do
So
a lot
they
of
weigh in over there.
yeah. They
Inside?
well, I don't know if they actually. I think
Oh, okay.
they just do their awards over there.
Oh, okay.
But it's a
It
great
smells in here.
it's a great organization, and it's a scholarship for a young man that they lost a few years ago, and he was evidently an inspiration to many. So they're carrying on his name in a really cool way.
And what better way to do that?
But then we've got the whole month of we've got the whole month of August. We've got, I think, 4 different tournaments: the Hotties on the Harbor,
Hotties on the
Saltwater
Varsity.
Sweeties, my dad's Tony Chandler Offshore Memorial. So, and in the middle of all that, we've got some great music coming up on the 4th of July. We've got the Damn Quails, which
Is it Dan or Dam?
Damn.
Damn, like DAMN. And they're kind of a red dirt music that they had a couple of hits back, I think, in 2009, 2010. That
Sounds a little honky tonk.
it is.
Old school honky tonk.
But I think they're kind of, I don't know, I hate to even I don't want to misrepresent them, but rockabilly
There you go.
or I think they play a pretty good variety. But we, like I say, we've got music every Friday and Saturday all the way through. Actually, past Labor Day this year, we quit last year on Labor Day thinking that the weather was going to be not quite as good with the wind.
Yeah.
But September was just quiet as far as the weather goes, so we decided to stick our neck out, and we've got music all the way through the end of September this year.
You talked about sticking your neck out. How did this come about? What made you think, okay, we got the restaurant, we got the great food, but we need that music. We need, and not only just hiring local bands, but
It's a draw.
those who are known now.
Right.
So how did you come up with it? This is what I think would be even more gooder.
Well, I didn't. I kind of. I'm
think I
not
just
going to take
quoted our
credit.
ex-mayor.
Yeah, gooder.
Gooder.
We like I say, we've been coming down here all of our life, and we were always over at Woody's in Port Aransas, and Woody's had the back porch, and so I kind of patterned this a little bit out of after what was going on over there, where they had the I guess the Woody's where you pulled up to get fuel and everything, fuel docks, but they also had back porch next door. So that's kind of what got my wheel started.
So that was the inspiration
That
behind all
inspired
this.
you.
Yes, I guess that's the right word. And there's a lot of places like this up in Central Texas, around Austin, Temple, New Braunfels, that do a similar thing, and they've had very good success. So I'm thinking, you know what, we're right here on the water.
Why not?
Let's do it.
Why not? And
So-
and you were doing a great job, and this is, like I said, this is very unique, and the fact that you have live music all summer long, and
Yeah.
and just it's just a great place to hang out.
Right.
Just bring the family, bring your date, bring whatever, just
Yeah.
come hang out, and everyone that comes here, when they leave here, they all have the same thing. All had a great time.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
it's become a destination now for a lot of folks.
we hope that we try our best to make everybody enjoy while they're here and leave happy. we are going to put up a giant tent next door since we weren't able to get construction started yet. We're going to put up a giant tent next door between here and the blue building to give everybody extra shade this summer because it is going to be hot, and hopefully that'll when we're not having an event out there, we'll have our cornhole board set up and kiddos can get out there and play cornhole.
Always thinking about others. I appreciate that. Hey, let's talk about us now. Let's talk about us. Not us, but we have a great friendship. But let's talk about our partnership with the Chamber of Commerce.
Yep.
A lot of folks don't understand how the chamber works. How would you describe the chamber and our partnership to others out there who are maybe thinking about becoming a member of the Aransas Pass Chamber of Commerce?
Well, I think it's a really important part of any city. It's a mechanism that Rosemary does very well, helps support and helps support all of our things that we have going and we're trying to build on, and we appreciate that very much. So they've been a great partner to us.
Yeah, and so what advice would you tell someone who's thinking about it?
Oh, you've got to join. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's kind of a when you're planning your business, you've got to get involved in what's going on in the city, and that's a perfect way to do it.
And we connect you guys with the city and the chamber, and that's how we grow.
Right. It's all about networking
and teamwork.
Yeah.
We have to communicate with each other, and we're always reaching out through text or whatever you need, we're there for you.
And they're to kind of talk about some of the things they're doing. I mean, they're bringing I think they've been working on it for a few years. The 4th of July celebration down here, it's going to be right over here, and there's going to be a lot of activities going on over there, and we appreciate so much that they're bringing things to the harbor because it's been a kind of a long time coming to bring traffic down here, and they're really playing a big part in trying to get that done.
Yeah, that's not the only event. We're just saying we're not going to let anything else out of the bag, but we're just saying that's just part of one event.
And that really, and I'll just tell you a little bit about that. That was really something that we've been trying to plan for a couple of years. We know that the city is doing a fireworks show, but we were trying to capitalize on that. What else can we do other than a 20-minute fireworks show? Let's add to that. Let's grow it. And really, we had you in mind when we were thinking, let's draw some traffic towards Dorados. You're in a very, very unique situation here where you're in the prime location of the harbor. You're next to the Seaman Memorial Tower. You're near the launching pad. I mean, this is the perfect place to have an event. And for some of us, especially on our board of directors, some of us, we were born and raised here.
Right.
We're very passionate about the harbor. The shrimping industry was what fed us, a lot of us. So we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to bring traffic to the harbor, to make sure that your investment pays off for you. And so we decided to do that event and actually stop it before your concert started so that we could make sure that we weren't taking anything from you, but adding to kind of complement you. That's important to us as the Chamber of Commerce, to make sure that we're trying to do the most that we can for our businesses to prosper and be successful in our town. And thus the 5th of July, 4th of July event.
Yes.
We're going to call it July 4th weekend. We have something for the whole family. For kids, we're going to be flying some kites.
Yep.
We're going to have a kid zone. We're going to have live music. We're going to have food trucks.
Yeah.
The most important part is we're going to have a spectacular fireworks show over the water right here on Conn Harbor.
And kite flying. We actually had a group come in yesterday that does that. They bring a following. They come and they fly all of their kites. They have like $2,000 kites that they fly.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's going to be pretty awesome.
Not that little Batman kite you bought at HEB when you were a little kid for $1.99.
Big kites.
Yes, I remember those.
The stick would break other times as you go find some kind of branch to replace the stick that broke.
We have the 4-quad bungee jump too.
Oh, cool.
So
That's
they'll be out
fun.
there too. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's gonna be a really cool weekend.
Yeah, it's like I said, we try to do everything we can to promote this city the best we can, and with folks like you that are always a part of our chamber events or giving back, donating. We couldn't do anything without members like you. So thank you again, Justin. You are a great teammate.
Well, I appreciate it. Like I say, it takes a village, so we all have to work together.
Yeah. So anything else we want to talk about that we left out? Did I? You think?
so.
We covered a lot of ground.
So, Justin, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate everything you do for our community and, of course, everything you do for the Chamber of Commerce. So thank you.
Well, thank you guys. Appreciate y'all a bunch.
All right, we'll see you next time. And I said, I always forget to mention that if you want to be part of a Chamber of Commerce, you're thinking about joining, you just don't know, visit our website at aransaspass.org. All the information is there, how to sign up, or just give us a call at the Chamber of Commerce at 361-758-2750. That's 2750, and we will answer any questions you have. And you can even call Justin himself, and he'll vouch for us that we're here for you. So until next time, be safe, and as always, take care of your neighbor.
Bye.
Bye-bye.